Okay. Hello. Oh, we're not live yet. Okay, never mind.
We are.
Okay. Okay, welcome to this another round one match of Crystal. There's been a lot of these lately, haven't there? Yeah. Asazas versus Aivoapina. I know that's a mouthful for those of you who are not Finnish. Like, yeah. I'll just let them go, I guess. And we'll let the stream catch up. So, what is our goal here? To get 16 badges, 3 Poké Gear parts, and beat Ray. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, all the items are randomized in a single pool. All the normal items, anyway. And some of the NPC given items. Mainly the ones that are not gay or happiness related or whatever. And yeah, these seeds can be brutal sometimes. We'll see what we have to deal with. Yeah, that's the gist of what we're trying to do, I guess. It should be. Oh, there we go. Countdown is going.
Well, hopefully this will be a bit faster than the first two races we had today. They kind of took a while.
Yeah, the one on the main was like 3 hours, wasn't it? Or is it still going? I don't actually know.
No, they are just finished as we started, more or less.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I guess the first important part of this game is trying to find a decent Pokemon to main. What are you looking in a main, Raylan?
I mean, I go for the usual suspects. Decent speed, either strong physical or special attacker, and then look at what the moveset they have and if it's reasonably usable. I might be a bit more liberal on the start, since there are
That's a good one.
good options to change later, usually in a seed. But yeah, starting off with Kingdra or Gengar is definitely a choice.
Yeah, I would personally take Kingdra, even though it's technically has less special attack. It's just so reliable, and you can go either special or physical. And it seems that's what our racers are doing too.
Kingdra is just well-rounded in every regard. It's probably a bit easier to manage going from the start all the way to red than Gengar is, even though Gengar hits stronger. It has pretty low defenses, and if you're running a starter, you're usually a bit lower in level compared to when you get higher level mains somewhere through the game. So yeah, that makes red usually a bit harder. So definitely preferable to have a Kingdra there, which dies way less than Gengar.
Yeah, Kingdra is great because it's only weak to one type, and there really aren't any good dragon types moves in this game. Like, yeah, Outrage is kinda dangerous, but they're gonna get confused and hit themselves and whatever, so... Also, you're guaranteed to get Stab Surf or Stab Waterfall, even, at some stage of the game. I say guaranteed. Technically that's not true, but those seeds are non-existent, basically.
You either have to get cut or Surf and Waterfall to access West Kanto, so yeah, it's usually almost built in to be able to have Surf available, but
Surf also just locks so many items.
Yeah. But it is not guaranteed. It can happen that you won't get it.
Yeah, technically true, but I've yet to see Surfless Seed myself, so...
Legend's tale of people who have encountered that. But I certainly didn't so far.
One of these days. Surfless Seed would actually be so fast. Right, let's see, this Kingdra has Ice Beam, okay, that works.
Definitely sold on that.
Yep. There's It's gonna be a really hard decision if like this is early pass and you have to do something in Kanto. I would almost be tempted to just do Nagi Bridge with Kingdra.
Will depend. Even if we get early pass, I might just be tempted to just do the normal loop anyway, not even consider early main switching, just because Kingdra is, with Ice Beam is already so well equipped. And yeah. Then if it comes to it, we can debate if we want to do Route 25. Maybe if we get early access to Rocket Hideout, this will be more attractive since there's a lot more items there.
Asazas is actually fishing with that old rod he picked up. Interesting.
I mean, this gives you access to a level 10 main, and who knows, maybe it's level 10 Kingdra with Ice.
I mean, I did see a race recently where Typhlosion starter was also Typhlosion Rock Smash, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, why not take the extra 3 levels, even though we also get an early strength H-Jump.
Yeah, and that is one of the things why Kingdra is great, because you can slap that onto the Kingdra and it can use it very well. Important to have at least one physical move for those chances and blizzes. You're certainly not gonna do any damage with special moves to them.
It's sometimes slightly awkward to put more than one HM on your Pokemon because your moveset gets really fixed. You cannot really adapt to whatever you find later.
You have first option of the game. Another divergence, I guess. Asazas goes straight to Escape Rope Chamber first. I guess in the hopes of finding like Surf or whatever, and Aivoapina is just continuing through Sprout.
Yeah, I mean, movement technically Sprout is just a bit closer, so for efficiency's sake, if you are happy with your main, it's probably better to go Sprout first. If there's no Squirt Bottle in the Escape Rope Chamber or something like that, but yeah. Obviously, there are some high-level Pokemon later up in Sprout, level 10, I believe, on Elderly, that can be a bit annoying since they're not really over-leveled at this point yet. So having Surf available from Escape Rope Chamber or even a Thunderbolt TM or something like that could definitely be very helpful to get through this tower better.
Yeah, the Ice Beam itself isn't really enough, that is true. You kinda want to have... Like, I guess the Kingdra does have a Giga Drain for those water types that Ice Beam can't really hit, so that's good. We'll have to see what we find. Mega Horn Machamp is actually scary though.
Certainly it's hard, but there we see that Kingdra is not really that frail. Taking a Mega Horn from a Machamp, that's not something every Pokemon is able to do.
Definitely not. It wasn't even close. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Asazas did teach Strength, so at least one move slot that's kinda tied for the rest of the game, unless he really wants to do Move Deleter in Blackthorn. But I tend to agree with it in this situation. I guess the Kingdra did have Vice Grip for a physical move, but I don't know. It's an interesting thought process.
You have definitely a great move for coverage already with Ice Beam. Giga Drain helps at the stage. You will get Surf later, which you would put on it anyway, so that move slot being fixed is also not a problem. And even though you have only one more optional move, there's not really much more than you would want, like than that one move.
No, not really.
So it's definitely reasonable to go with it.
Hey, we have beaten Elderly for Mystery Berry. That's actually a great item to sell, honestly.
I mean, sure.
Immediately using.
Just no immediate progression helpful towards getting closer to red.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Sprout Tower gave us a few levels for the Kingdra, which is probably not something runners are unhappy about, but it wasn't that strictly required.
No. The early experience is great, especially if the Kingdra ends up being the main for the rest of this.
Quick with Step Sludge Bomb could have been a bit more annoying.
The thing has surprisingly much attack, actually. Like, it's way more offensive than it looks.
Yeah, so an early gym attempt here would probably just been shut down by the Skullfish.
Yeah, I would tend to think so.
So it's unfortunately getting poisoned by that Sludge Bomb.
Just have a poison cure berry though. Yeah, considering Asazas already did escape rope chamber, they're basically tied right now.
Yep.
Hey, and that is easy Faulkner. Oh, that's a decision.
Yeah,
Do you go back for that, or?
I don't think there are a lot of people who immediately go back. There's just so much stuff you can do still up all the way until Goldenrod and past it, and it's just a single check. What are the chances that this will be something required?
50-50. It either is or it isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never would go back for just that at this stage. If you had Rock Smash, you could make the argument, but like...
Rock Smash, if you had Surf access, then maybe for the Surf item there. If you had Red Scale to make it more attractive to go back there. There are a few things that you could get. Rising Batch, that would maybe make it more reasonable to go there, but just for the egg, if you're just barely even reached Violet.
Yeah, if you're gonna go back for that, just wait until you're turning in Kenya and do it then.
Yep.
So you know if you have something else to do down there.
And yeah, that Kenya turn on cycle by and cycle back might just be required anyway too without fly. So
yep.
Yeah. Why do two bad things separate when you just can do them together?
That's Mineral Badge for Asazas.
So hatched Pikachu.
I guess we'll see if it has any field moves, specifically Rock Smash, Dig, or Teleport. Everything else is really useless. Even Dig is just like a comfort thing, especially early.
I mean,
Rock Smash
Dig
or Teleport would be good.
Yeah, Dig early is definitely nice to have though, because it saves you quite a decent chunk of money that you are not really that used to have this early game. I mean, I think there was a seed yesterday, the one I commentated, they had just an excess amount of money right off the gate, so there it wouldn't have been that valuable, but yeah, if you can just spend more money early game on repels or healing items to get through things faster and don't have to worry about, do I have enough escape ropes for everything I need? Definitely can help you have peace of mind.
Cut also in here. We did see also them picking up Outrage TM. Now that is stab move, same type of attack bonus for Kingdra. So it will be interesting to see whether it gets taught. I would tend to think Asazas doesn't really have space. Aivoapina just might.
Yeah, with strength put on there may not be much space. You probably want to keep Giga Drain just for the coverage, because strength type unfortunately doesn't really help you against anything but dragons.
Yeah.
And there are not a lot of them. So
Yeah, Outrage it's a great move for like Rocket Hideout or Radio Tower if you're high enough level to mostly one-shot stuff. Because you can save a ton of PP and you don't have to select moves over and over again.
But you are locked into using it,
Yes.
so if their Pokemon with the fight lasts longer than the 2 or 3 rounds Outrage is active, you will be confused. Ah, that's a nice water stone to get you.
Yeah, doesn't have to spend 2100, I believe.
Yep.
For it in Goldenrod. Water stone being required to open up one of the treasure rooms in Runes of Health.
Yep. Definitely nice to see before you go shopping there. Yeah, you don't want to sell it, which accidentally could happen here at this point, so they're used to sell just everything.
I mean, at least if you sell it here, you can buy it again. Okay, Storm Badge.
Very nice find, so you like to see that early.
Required to use HMO to fly. Kind of important.
Yeah, I mean, fly is not strictly necessary for everything, but it makes the game just quite a bit faster if you have it.
Yes. Yeah, if you prepare for it, flyless isn't necessarily bad, depending on seed, but yeah, you would definitely prefer to have fly though. No field moves on that Pikachu. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but neither of them, yeah, both of them have 2 pokes, so they're gonna have to pick up something at some point for HM buddies still, to get all of them taught. And
usually, you're not going to run your starter most of the time, so you will have at least a second Pokemon card from somewhere. And then with picking up the egg from Violet, then you have 3, which is the amount you need for all the field moves you have around. Yeah, if you run your starter, you run into this exact problem. Although it might not be too bad this early, because you will also come across the daycare on the way to Goldenrod and just can hatch that if you really need to have a third.
Yeah,
and
you can also just
switch.
like, yeah, you can just catch one of the statics if they're early enough to.
Yeah. Problem with the statics always is though, they might not be available early. We can just get the pass to get to Kanto for our progression and then take the boat, get around and never get Squirt Bottle. You might not get easy Tin Tower access at any point, so no Suicune Ho available early. And yeah, Pokegear parts you need to find all 3, which may just be hidden wherever. So statics is always a bit risky in terms of HM or field move usage, since there might just be a lot or more than 4 or 5 being available before the statics become catchable.
Yeah, we saw a little other problem with Outrage on Aivoapina's screen just now. Arcanine used Endure like 2 times, so Kingdra had time to get confused and not kill it.
Yeah,
that's definitely one of the downsides for lock moves. So we see Asazas is actually not going back to Azalea for the gym or the charcoal item.
It is in decision of those 3 items that he will be leaving behind for that. But he has Storm Badge, so he has 1 part of Fly already, and once he gets the Fly HM, he can just return whenever without any time loss. So...
Oh, he is actually. I guess he just checked if Fly was in the forest before going back.
It's an interesting way to go about it. This costs a little bit of time biking back through the forest again, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, and if Fly was there, he could have just continued on the Golden Road and flown back later, so...
Yep.
He did go back and get Rainbow Wing from the Charcoal guy, so... That is kind of important, maybe. Not necessarily.
10 Tower does have a lot of checks once you have access to it, and there's even the Ho-Oh Chamber after it, if you have a serve available. So, yeah, probably not something you want to miss in Rainbow Wing. You still need Clear Bell and the ability to access 10 Tower, which we are still a bit off. But, yeah. It is certainly one of the locations that will become interesting later in the later stages of almost every seed.
Yes. The important question always is if you get card key or if you're required to beat Morty to get there.
Yeah. Which actually might prompt one of our runners or even both. Well, there's the pass.
Yeah, good thing Asazas went back.
Yep. But yeah, having that Rainbow Wing might actually prompt our runners to be a bit more inclined to do Morty early compared to not having it, since it's likelier that 10 Tower would be accessible. But we still need to be able to get there first.
Yes.
Pass brings us to Kanto, but without SS ticket or Squirt Bottle, we cannot reach Acrotique yet. And even then, we're still missing Clear Bell.
Yeah, but I mean, that could be, for all they know, be a Morty or something. As trolly as that.
As skipping the daycare egg, so we'll need to procure a different Pokemon for HMs. Potentially, at some point. We may not even need a lot of them. Strength, Cut, Whirlpool, Waterfall... They all can be required, but are not necessary to be required. So... yeah. We'll see. Maybe we only need just that one Pokemon, and especially Asazas having put Strength on Kingdra and will most likely put Surf on Kingdra too. Has with one Pokemon already 6 slots for HMs.
I might also just be waiting for, like, if early Kanto fights are required, then he might just have to do Cycling Road main.
Yeah.
And it's this Kingdra, so, like, no reason to catch extra stuff.
I mean, on the other hand, even if early Kanto fights are required, you will have access to Route 25, and
yeah.
I mean, the Kingdra by now should be around level 20, you would need to do. And I think you can at least try and force the Kingdra through Route 25.
Yeah, I would be a lot more willing to do that with Surf or Waterfall.
Move to the water. Not really helpful.
Nope. Strong grip is entirely normal. That's just how their randomizer handles things. That's really only a wise grip.
Yeah, so you can reteach it to Kingdra if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Confusion not too helpful either.
Yeah, not great set of moves this time. Oh, that is
There's the Squirt
Bottle though. Yep.
Yeah, so that's easy access to a static, so no need for the egg. Would still need to catch it, which is not guaranteed in these settings.
Yeah, Kingdra has like good enough moveset that you can probably hit it and not kill it. So
yeah,
you can basically guarantee the catch unless you get like roared or whirlwinded or whatever.
Yeah, Kingdra is actually not that good at just one-shotting things if you don't have a super effective moves on them, so certainly likely that you will have a way to weaken a Pokemon without killing it. Same level range.
Right, there is the lost item for Aivoapina. I also see both of them, they're Surf, both of them picking up bunch of hidden items still. I find it really interesting at this stage. They've gotten a decent amount of vitamins to sell, so...
It may just be muscle memory. Some of the hidden items you come across, they're really just right then and there. You just need to press A or move to tiles out of the way to get them. So they really don't cost that much time. And there can be some really nice things in there. Not only money, but additional rare candies that you usually wouldn't get just picking up normal items in these settings.
Yeah. Really no moves in Golden Rock Mart either.
I mean, there's also there's not too much moves that really are that much helpful at this point. You're mostly looking out for Thunderbolt and Thunder Punch. Would probably take a Thunder. Take a Thunder if it's available.
Yeah.
Spark would also work out okay-ish.
I guess Psychic would be good. Like damaging move for some stuff.
Psychic, Crunch, the strong special moves. So,
those things that hit basically everything neutrally.
I mean, Aivoapina has Outrage there, which is doing decent enough work, I guess.
Zephyr Badge in the lost item check.
Opens up the Miracle Seed gift on Route 32, so alongside the option to use Flash once we find it, and the Flash Chamber maybe. Our runners would like to see Fly rather sooner than later for that too, so that they don't have to bike back to that one single check.
Mm-hmm. A little hesitation there, but ended up going to the underground. Asazas picking up leftovers. Many people don't like them because they're slow, but in this case, if he's planning on keeping this Kingdra, it's like almost required.
Yeah, especially on Kingdra, I like leftovers very much. It just keeps you alive so much better, and you...
Fact that may lower special defense?
That's attractive. That can be 3 things that are usually very good, and Psychic, Crunch, or Shadow Ball, which all 3 work decently well on Kingdra.
Yeah, Shadow Ball is really no use for Asazas since he already has strength, so he can't really do 2 physical moves, I don't think, with the moves he already has.
I mean, you can still use it while you don't have anything else, although I think with Surf, Zaza's moveset is pretty much locked in.
Shadow Ball being the only like good physical move that doesn't even hit chances, policies.
I mean, if it's Shadow Ball, there's a 33 Quillfish, which probably doesn't have a stat drop anymore, unfortunately, but
it seems like Asazas is really looking for a main switch, though.
I'm not sure he's really looking. You take maybe that Seedra.
That can also be Kingdra, a little higher level. It does evolve at level 40, so it's quite a ways, but Seedra has all the attacking stats already. It's just very, very frail, especially.
Yeah, and okay, it has Sacred Fire. I wanted to say it obviously loses Ice Beam, which can be quite painful, but it does get Sacred Fire instead, which is also a decently
it's
strong.
Also a 13 level increase.
Yeah. But if you only had Surf to run with the Seedra and would lose Ice Beam, you would lose Giga Drain, and our special TMs so far are pretty much non-existent, I believe.
Yeah, don't think I've seen anything.
Except for that one move, I'm not sure Asazas actually checked what he bought there.
Yeah, he didn't check it, so we'll have to see on that one.
But even though Psychic and Crunch are great moves, they're not the best in terms of coverage, although they do pretty well. But if it's Psychic, then Pokemon like Slowbro or Slowking would become nightmare to deal with.
Okay, Neither of them actually checked these items north from Golden. I guess it makes sense because they had a squirt bubble. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Forgot about that little tidbit.
As I was not really checked much else in Kanto either. No,
Yeah,
going
it makes sense. He can do like with all these North Johto checks. If he finds Fog Badge, he can basically evolve this thing with these fights with not too much risk. Oh, I'm sure Aivoapina also. Oh, never mind.
Aivoapina was in the
It was in the
underground.
Golden
Yes.
Underground, yeah.
And he was in there.
And that's a Super Badge.
We did just pick up the radio card also on the other side in the national park.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see what Aivoapina does, whether he also just gets some money here and dips, or like with the squirt bottle, staying with this Kingdra is totally viable.
You need it. You only need to get to level 40, and you have the you have Acrotique, which reasonably low level wants to get experience. To have the hideout available once we find Fog Badge. There's the lighthouse.
I see Hydra.
Yeah. So there's quite a decent. That was a crunch on the Seadra.
Yes. Crunch and Sacred Fire.
Okay. Oh, I missed the crunch. Yeah, then that Seadra actually is way more.
Obviously served, but that is 2 leftovers picked.
Yeah, but Aivoapina decided against trying to go for the same draft that broke out once after Seadra, so yeah, we're sticking with the original Kingdra. Was 2 level higher already, so certainly makes it slightly easier, but not that much by this point.
Yeah, asazas going back to Goldenrod to buy Rock Smash, and I don't think he did Wheaton yet either, so...
Yeah, there's a clear bell. Okay, we might just ditch the Seadra all over again.
Yeah, and I'm also guessing we're gonna see a really early Morty.
Yeah. Now that we actually have the ability to access Tin Tower, and no radio card inside, and not even close to 7 badges yet, I guess we'll probably just have to deal with Morty.
I don't really think it's much of a choice. I mean, I guess you could go and do like Lighthouse first to get 1 or 2 extra levels.
Yeah, without Surf or really think anything else opening much more, without Fog Badge in this case, Tin Tower is just the densest location that you have access to right now, so there's really no reason to not go there if you have the ability to access, which you have to get past 6 Pokemon around level 32, which can be a problem sometimes. The Seadra should be able to do that well enough.
Seadra's problem is only really the special defense, like... okay.
What's with these races that I commentate that have vanilla badges on their leaders? It's just Morty having Fog Badge, Whitney having Plain Badge. What's next? Bugsy having Hive Badge?
I know, right?
Claire having Rising Badge?
SMH.
Well, We are able to use strength now, so we have access to 4 more items in Mount Mortar, which might actually prompt you to delay 10 tower just for a little bit.
Aivoapina also did Whitney earlier, and we just missed it, right? I think. I'm pretty sure he was in the gym.
I'm not too sure about that, actually.
Why Mark? We'll see later, I guess, if he does strength checks.
Get the radio card here, though.
Yeah. That is important.
We will need that at some point. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that poor Cleffa.
Got munched on. Pretty sure somewhere is Trickham's rejoicing.
Yeah, Zaza's getting all the EXP he can from here. Like, with the level that Idra is at, you could make the argument for skipping Kimono Girls for now, but... He also wants to get to 40 as soon as possible.
Yeah, once that, and secondly, every level right now makes that access to 10 tower easier still.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the revive situation is on the Zaza's side, but there is a decent chance that Citra might just be taken out in the consecutive fights, and while you can brute force it by taking the center and just defeating the trainers one at a time, it's not really that fast to do that, so being able to just power through without dying is probably preferred, and each level you get helps towards that.
Mm-hmm. There was a key item on Kimono Girls, just not required. We don't need a coin case in this game mode.
Nope. Will also not be needed in this tournament even. While there are settings where the coin case could be required, we will not see them in these races.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're really desperate to check out what the coin case or what the prices from the coin case are, you could go and do that, but I don't see that really happening at this point. This is not Bingo, where the Pokemon actually could be relevant at their level 5.
We've also already seen Vanilla Flame Badge. Maybe it's Vanilla Abra with Teleport.
Oh, well, there's another badge, at least here in Alvine, Volcano Badge.
Yep. Yeah, we do see Aivoapina actually going to Lighthouse first. Now, he does not have a clear bell, so he doesn't have much incentive of doing more. So this makes sense. Yeah, and Azaza's just starting this gym that's an interesting little test with Pike indoors, whether you can stay on the path.
Yeah, I definitely have failed the last few times I attempted this. It can be done. You're getting used to it, but yeah, I think my biggest problem is just getting the start.
Yeah, it's so easy to go over.
But I mean, once you manage, yep, there we go.
Yep. Oh. First try every time.
Yeah, but if you manage that one turn left there, then you're usually fine, because I don't really think I've seen anyone miss that turn up there ever.
Yeah, that's the easy part.
Yeah. From there on, you just run the trainer and then all the way over here and just go up. for the last trainer, and you're done.
I guess the only thing is if you have like Repel active and it wears out in awkward place in the middle of that, you can maybe mess it up.
Yeah, but even then, if you have it activate on a corner, you can just easily turn. Oh, there's Rising Badge. And another drowned Clever. But yeah, with Rising Badge and Flame Badge around, that's just 7, so... If there's a card key, maybe here, somewhere, or Mount Mortar.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Blizzard TM.
Interesting that he's resetting here.
Oh, and Thunder TM from Morty,
And a rare candy. That's a pretty good Morty call, actually.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, now for Asazas, having access to Blizzard and Thunder is something that you could consider for red. You will most likely use an X accuracy and then have 2 very strong moves and great coverage.
Yeah, Ice and Thunder, Ice and Electric is basically perfect coverage. Like, you can eat everything.
Yeah, but it's unfortunately both being inaccurate and only 5 PP on Blizzard. Then on Thunder are a bit better, but still not great. They make that not the really best moves for the middle stages of the game. So...
Wait, did he reset the Rising Badge away? Which item was that?
It was definitely Rising Badge in the tower. And I think it was after dropping down, so it got reset, maybe? Not sure.
If it was after Jasmine, then he definitely reset it away.
Oh. Think then the Rising Badge is gone. That is, yeah, that's definitely an interesting decision.
Yeah, the only way I can see this going is if he wants to go to early basement. And maybe wipe back to Oldivine after it? I don't know. Sounds like a reach to me.
Yeah, that's some very creative routing.
Yeah, and he's not even going towards Goldenrod, so...
Well, I
that's
mean...
good. Level 40.
Yeah. We do have strength, step strength on Earth Ring. Always great to have.
I would probably still stick with this Seadra.
I mean... I'm not really sure what kind of TMs we have right now. I don't think we have it's Psychic, so yeah, I probably would stick with the Kingdra too. We don't really have that great coverage with the Earth Ring just yet. There's Fly.
This is early basement play from Aivoapina.
Well, let's see if that pays off.
Definitely creative routing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if his plan is, if this basement is nothing, to just reset back. And pick up the Rising Badge again.
Yes and no, because he's saved in front of Mount Mortar and Necrotique again, so he would still have to cycle back there.
Okay, never mind then.
Just resetting to
to
Lighthouse does not work anymore.
I don't know, it's really interesting.
Maybe that save really wasn't planned and was just thinking about going all the way over to Lake of Rage. And then kind of realizing that was not the intended thing and going for what we actually intended.
So no, Priya, the Rising Badge was the 7th badge, so the rockets would all be in the basement. So he couldn't do it because of that.
Could still do it, but it would take considerably longer since he'll need to do a lot more fighting. Which by that point, most people usually decide to not do it. Oh. And kinda getting saved there by Outrage only going 2 turns, so being actually able to heal.
A Rival 4 at this level is completely viable if you can set up on the first thing.
Yeah. And also Kingra with a great moveset really does not make you worry that much. You have leftovers.
Yep.
So ideally for Aivoapina there will be another badge here in the second room, so that you can actually get the item from the director to you,
Even
which
first room badge isn't too bad.
yeah, it will still save you, I think, 2 more fights if it's in the second room.
Mm-hmm.
The first room you will have to do all the fights in this room here.
Yeah, another thing is, because he's doing this with 6 badges, if there is nothing here and he's gonna reset this away, then he has to do the rival again later if he wants to check the director item after having 7 badges. But I'm gonna guess he's just gonna gamble that not being anything if he is resetting this away.
It's not
He's
resetting
not.
it away, so yeah. We'll probably just hope for the director not being required anyway. Can buy Rock Smash here now too. I don't think Aivoapina has done that yet. So I was grabbing Volcano Badge.
Mm.
And there is a phone call about the rockets being in the tower, because it says got up to 7 badges.
So blocks of move tutor, unless you wanna go through the underground and do extra fight. But
Yeah.
in this room it doesn't really matter.
I mean, if there's a Mewtwo around later, then you might want to teach step confusion there, but with having access to Psychic, that seems like a reach. And yeah, Vice Grip, I probably don't think that will be on anyone's mind anymore. And I don't even remember what the third move was. It certainly wasn't helpful.
It wasn't anything good.
Aivoapina returning at Kenya gets nothing for it, but has a Rock Smash, so we're probably seeing attempt at the Rock Smash items here.
Yep.
Unfortunately, does not have the Rising Badge with them anymore, so...
Just gonna say the same thing. Oh, and there's a lot of Kingra here.
There's a lot of Kingra this round.
Yep. Now where is Horsey? We're seeing Kingra and Seed. I guess that could have been Horsey because Wood only was. Yeah. This would be really convenient if he had the Rising Badge to check with this thing. Well. Yeah, also speaking of Rising Badge and Aivoapina definitely reset back to before that. Ooh, Asaza's having a little PP issues here.
Meanwhile, Aivoapina are a little too eager to move down there, miss the item.
Luckily, that's not a big thing to correct.
Yeah. Still annoying though, hopping that ledge. You need to do one more rock smash and loop around there. And red candy on Route 46. While good, usually not something I would want to keep. That means I had to do the biking around and Aivoapina.
Oh, didn't he realize he reset Rising Badge? He doesn't have anything else to check here, does he? Oh, he does? Where was Mystery Egg?
I completely missed that.
Yeah, same. No
Also
clue.
wasn't anything good. Was that 5x attacks?
Yes.
So they could have been decent with the Earth Ring. Oh yeah. Not too big.
Yeah, I have no idea where that was. Oh, see Azaza's moving on towards Mahogany. At least doing Mortar here. Yeah, I guess the big question right now is, where is Fog Badge?
Yeah, but you have strength, so going in here and check makes sense. We have fly, so we can move a lot. Poker gear. So we are closer to being able to wake up the Snorlax.
That is a level 50, that's completely free right there.
So that will be the level 50 horsey we are all waiting for, right?
That would be pretty darn funny. They can also go all the way to Blackthorn through Ice Path, so there is quite a few free items to check. And there's a very well, one of them could be Fog Badge.
Yep. That's logic that usually would leave you not wanting to go past Mahogany to the right because you didn't have found what cannot be there. Only applies to Fly and Storm Badge, so with those two already acquired, there's really no reason to put this off if you have strength.
Well, I say they, but actually only Asazas can go through there because Aivoapina has only 6 badges. So he can't get to the route.
True. I mean, we know there are more than those 6 available.
Yes.
Aivoapina noticed that too, but did reset away one of them. Yeah, even this hive patch doesn't really help towards that point because you do need 7 to get here. Huh. So where was that marsh patch again that Asazas got?
Good question. See, I should really be writing this down. Considering what he has done, probably 10.
I believe that's correct. I remember there being something in 10.
Yeah.
And
I
given
think that's
what we
like
have...
the only thing he has over right now, so...
Well, Fly was there too, but...
Well, yeah, yeah. And we have SS ticket.
the Marsh patch actually in here strength locked?
Huh?
Oh.
I don't. We're gonna see it eventually.
I mean, first of all, we have an invisible rival.
Let's go. Oh, there's the full
Marsh
patch.
patch.
And suddenly there's very much to do.
Yep. Also, just in time for the Dark Cave.
Yes.
Just take the check 3
Which is
additional
not
items
in
here.
logic right now. But
Yeah. I mean, we are only a flash HM away from it being in logic, and
Yeah.
that can just be pretty close anyway. And getting waterfall out of it is definitely not bad.
well, there is a situation where Flash is just on that 28 cutout. So it is not in logic before. Well, not in this case, probably, but it's not in logic until 16 badges and 3 bulky gear parts. That is technically possible with how the randomizer works.
It cannot be in Mount Silver.
No, but it can be outside of it.
Required. Yep. And, there only needs to be one badge behind something locked in the dark, and it would be required even before that.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
lot
like
of checks.
good. Yeah. Go on.
No, there's a lot of checks that we have access to where Flash just could be lying around.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the badge, you should just ignore Flash logic generally, because the HM can play literally anywhere.
Yeah, if you don't have the badge, it could be way more interesting to maybe avoid those dark rooms, because Flash or the Zephyr badge cannot be in there. And if you manage to have Zephyr badge as your go mode item, you will just no guarantee that you don't need to check those.
I would tend to do like Dark Cave anyway, even if I don't have the badge, honestly. Like, it's
I mean
good...
Dark Cave is especially
good information.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, 3 items, definitely. They're not that hard to do.
It's good information if you pick up something like badge there, because you know it's behind Flash and stuff, so...
So Earth badge right outside. Yeah! Oh, that's all. I think it's a phone call trainer actually that you... Oh, no.
It is.
It is, oh, yeah. That you would have to do in maximum. I know. But yeah, not in these settings. And the movement there past item, if you don't pick it up, I've messed it up before. So.
We'll see what Surf checks Asazas decides to do first here.
I mean, we do have both Surf and Strength. We have done 10 Tower, so...
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Would expect, okay, doing Lake of Rage first. I mean, you can just do the Shiny for the 1 check and then put off Magni. We don't have Flash yet, so that might put us off from it. But usually I would just suspect going to do well into Slowpoke, or Slowpoke well into both Waterstone and Tower Chamber would be pretty attractive here, because the hideout is not that fast either.
Nice roamer.
Oh, hello there.
Okay, hear me out. Dragon Earth, right?
We have Blackthorn axes. We could have just gone over there.
And we have Rising Badge for unlimited obedience.
Yeah, so... And even then, Dragonite is not the worst either. I mean, Asazas has Burst Ring already for Step Strength, and we don't have Drill Pack. So Dragonite with that 4 times weakness may not be as attractive, but yeah, there would have been an interesting option for sure, and you never know, it might have just have been that level 40 Mewtwo. Oh, hello,
There's
Flash.
Flash. Yeah, now he can just do all the chambers.
Yeah. So I assume asazas will not do hideout right now. And lack of rage with cuts is also just makes sense.
Yeah. He also has access to like whole mortar right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Sadia, so this will be Slowpoke Wall into Power Chamber, into Waterstone Chamber, into Flash Chamber for 10 million items. Roundabout.
Yeah, basically. We'll just have to see what he finds here. A little speed. Doesn't really need it, unfortunately.
Could be maybe interesting if you would have wanted to switch over to the Earth Ring. It can take a bit of extra speed.
Well, that's a key item. Secret Potion.
Lighthouse has been done so far, so it would just be another bike up there. Like that big a deal. That's 2 more items after fighting just then.
I don't know. We're gonna see Aivoapina go probably going back to Golden Road, finally pick up the Clear Bell. And if I had to guess, turn straight around and go back to Equity.
Yeah. I mean, at this point you could go into Kanto and maybe attempt to Route 25 because Fly could be there. But well, I mean, with that early basement done, I wouldn't put it past Aivoapina. Oh yeah, immediately turning around.
Immediately turning around.
So
he did
much
more already too, so it's just the Sages.
There's just so many items available there. Nice crit here for asazas. This could have been a bit annoying there, especially with paralyzing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First chamber. Seems like one more item.
I mean, Magnitude is a ground type move if you want to go physical with the Earth Ring.
Yeah, relying on Magnitude is a... No loaded dice in this gen. Can't guarantee higher chance. I don't even know if it works on Magnitude or if it's just on multi-hit moves. I don't know, honestly. I digress. Thunder Badge.
So that's Waterstone Chamber required. These.
Yep. It puts us missing 4 badges and expansion card. And Pain Split is an interesting TM. Can't say I've ever used it successfully, but it's interesting.
It definitely opens up your strategic repertoire in ways that you usually don't think of using, but it can be helpful in certain spots. Aivoapina struggling a little bit with PP.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a great move against Lapras. Like, Giga Drain does no damage. At least it isn't doing anything dangerous back either. Was building a Rage, but that was like Rage 3 that did like 10 damage that got completely negated by leftovers. And we'll see what he decides to do with this Ursa ring. I would guess it's also just a cop.
When there's expansion party on Route 44 actually.
Okay.
Bit unfortunate that we couldn't get it the first time, since we didn't actually have the fog patch yet, being a nice path.
Yeah, and that's straight to West Kanto.
So finally picking up our level 50 horsey. I'll be really disappointed if it's not.
It's gonna be Vanilla Snorlax. Which actually wouldn't be that bad.
It certainly would make your decision not really that much easier.
Asazas is saving before it, so... you're in the wrong place, mate.
Well,
Your game just got confused, apparently. Yeah, that's not something you really can rely on.
Finally found our Smash TM that we absolutely don't need anymore.
Mm-hmm. Also, us talking to the old man in the pewter. Not dropping anything for a PP up. Can't really blame him. Oh, there was the Mars patch. It was in the tower.
So no real way for Aivoapina to do anything without that Rising Badge. Or going back for that clear bow.
I don't think there was even 7 badges available otherwise. I guess one of the Kanto gyms might have had a badge that you could have gone and gotten the fog badge, but... we'll have to find out.
Candy.
Asazas might have found all the rare candies already. He's picked up so many.
And still has a Seadra.
Yes. He hasn't really done anything that hard, so it makes sense not using them just yet. If he started doing, like, Kanto gyms, I guess he would probably use them.
Yeah.
At least if he still was a Seadra.
Is it though? I'm not really encountering anything, and if it's still a Seadra, you should probably run into a level 40 at some point. That just miss it evolving.
Yeah. No, Asazas, luckily it's at daytime, because nighttime encounters actually go up to level 40 in Victoria. Oh. It's the daytime is up to 35.
Okay, no, then it makes sense. Maybe Asazas picked daytime for that specific reason.
Probably just because it defaults to 10 AM.
Oh! Ah, that thunder, that hit hard.
Yeah, Slowbro being one of the few things that you really can't just one-shot.
A reasonable two-shot here, and only one more level.
Mm-hmm.
Might just Kenny right here now, or before the next necessary fight.
I guess it depends on what he's planning doing next.
Oh,
Okay, if he's going to hide out, then
Yeah.
there's no reason.
There's absolutely no reason if you go here.
Or I guess
Mortar
waterfall
first.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's no fighting here, so also no need to change anything right
Yeah,
now.
just 3 items. Oh, he hasn't done anything other than strength here, that's right.
We had no ability to. And when we had other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so these are actually fresh checks. Hive badge. Aivoapina is also gonna pick up the fog badge shortly. Don't think there was anything else in Ice Path.
No, there was just another the Earth badge on Route 45 and Waterfall in the Dark Cave. Nothing here.
We'll see if he does go for out of logic Dark Cave and gets the Waterfall. Doesn't really matter, like... It's gonna get Flash at some point anyway.
Yeah. And for flying, we can just easily return.
Yep.
Also, Fog Badge might not actually be required, what should I say? Waterfall might not be actually required for anything. I mean, there are 9 items locked behind it here in Water, but we have access to Victory Road and Route 27 through all Pokegear parts, so it wouldn't be necessary for that.
Yep. SST was also here, right?
Yep.
That could technically be required. There is 1 item behind it.
Yep.
Okay. Picking up the fog badge. And then it remains to be seen whether he will just follow asazas or try something different. I would guess at this point Aivoapina feels behind, so we might see something interesting. Depending on whether he wants to, like, try to really metagame something for himself.
Skipping Dark Cave for now, which is certainly reasonable. Not having Flash Round. If you're not comfortable with dark rooms, there's no pressing need to do them.
Yeah, with Fly, you can skip them for as long as you want, basically. And even if they didn't have Fly, obviously it couldn't be on Blackthorn Dark Cave anyway, but something else could be.
Yeah. Didn't miss anything. Waterfall is simply not required.
Yep. Giant bait.
That's definitely a way to save time for Aivoapina. While as I was heading into Rocket Hideout.
Yeah, easily the densest place right now, so makes complete sense.
Yeah, and with still 4 badges missing, they're surely not all being on candle leaders, right?
Yeah, 2 of them are on E4.
Exactly. There's Flash.
Yep.
So Aivoapina might actually return to the Dark Cave pretty soon anyway.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna do the same loop from Azalea that Asazas did earlier. That's just the obvious thing to do here.
It's just so much items.
16?
Like,
what? Yeah, 16 items for like 3 minutes of biking, surfing, whatever.
Even 18 if you haven't done Union and Zephyr Badge.
True, yeah.
Route 13 cut. It's just so much items.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get... I believe it was a Thunder Badge for it. And also get the Secret Potion, which might prompt Aivoapina to go back to pick up the Rising Badge.
Yeah, especially if he like realized he reset that away, which he must have. Right? There's no way. It is actually something that asazas might delay that secret potion.
Yep.
Returning the secret potion for a while. Also, finally evolving. So now he has 2 Kingdrans.
So time to find Whirlpool. Well, there's Soul Badge.
Yep.
I want to say time to find Whirlpool and Silverwing, and then go grab our level 60 horsey.
Yeah, I don't know if asazas would even check the 60 right now, honestly. I guess if it came immediately, probably. But like if their King gets like 5 more levels even, it's like just not worth time.
And even if it would be a level 60 King, it definitely wouldn't have Ice Beam anymore, which
yeah. Just please detect Endor? Really?
that's a combination.
Yes. That's just rude, is what it is.
I mean, if you would be smart about it, you can just do them one and then the other and repeat that for quite a bit. Although Detect only has 5 PP, I believe, right?
I have no idea. Never had to stall that one out. Right, the Thunder Badge or whatever was in the Waterstone Chamber, right? Not in this one.
I think so. Oh, that's... reset that I don't see too often. Yes, you can do it.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's save a second, or I don't know. Never timed that one. Always just taken the EXP and take it back. Yep, and there's the Thunder Badge. Yeah, so far only the Soul Badge in the hideout. That was the first item. Yeah, and Aivoapina gonna raid the Flash Chamber. Not gonna find anything. And we'll see if asazas just finishes this hideout. I would guess so. There's really no reason not to.
If you had other things open and maybe you are only missing one badge, maybe 2.
Yeah, I guess if you found a Whirlpool here with only 3 badges missing, you could maybe escape rope out and return to do this later if you don't find the badges. But
I mean, with 3, I would still consider it. It's just too much likely that there could be one more here. If it's only 2, or even that one, then I might have been tempted to go out. But it's still 4 items that you get from this, which is about as much as you would get anywhere else for at least the same amount of time.
Aivoapina gonna do the mortar clear.
I'll only be able to go for the 5 surf once.
Oh, true.
Not having either Rising Badge or Waterfall.
True. I'm not gonna miss anything though that way.
Yeah. But I don't think there was anything here in surf. either.
There
right?
was nothing in a mortar period, I believe.
So far there has not been a card key anywhere though, so
Yeah, that's the next big one. Especially considering they have like basement key and we know basement isn't anything unless the director is something, but obviously Asazas doesn't know that, so if he finds card key, he's probably gonna beeline there.
but there was actually nothing required in tin except for that marsh patch, so it really wasn't necessary to do this early when we got to right.
Yeah, I mean, Fly was there.
Yeah, but it wasn't even
That's
stormed.
kind of helpful with the way this has been going.
But technically, Morty has not have to be required just yet.
No. No, we'll have to see whether we'll find card key or not.
Yeah, if card key is in Mount Silver, then Morty is actually 100% required.
Yep.
Or on Route 28 for that matter. But I don't think... Can there be anywhere in the settings? I don't think so. Right.
I mean, it can be anywhere if it's not required. But if it can literally be any check. Okay, I believe it. Yeah, obviously it can't be in the basement. That's not possible. There's no vanilla basement.
We did see the Silver Wing, and Azaz is now on the way to Signwood.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think Azazos has too much like major stuff left right now.
Signwood, obviously all the slow canter stuff, like the gym leaders and Moon.
Don't think he's done any of the cut checks in Kanto either. No, there aren't many, but...
I also don't think Azaz was into Rock Tunnel yet.
Don't think so.
There's a bit left in Kanto still to do. So you could have reasonably done Rock Tunnel Route 12 right now, but you don't have machine power, and that's what you would prefer to have if you go over there. Just so you don't have to return to the power plant. Turns up later.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously there's Route 25 for like an eternity already, but who wants to do that at this point?
It's a decent early YOLO if you feel behind. Obviously it's something that if the ROM is really bad and goes long, probably everyone is gonna do because it is 3 items with cuts, so...
Yeah, and there's a decent way to get your main up to a reasonable level.
Yep.
Be able to take a red.
Yeah, but if you feel behind early, you can definitely YOLO progress being there.
And it has been required way more than everyone would ever like it to be.
Yeah. Right, Aivoapina picked up his soul badge and then he's just gonna complete this for absolutely nothing.
What? Would be able to get a silver wing out of it. And if we find Whirlpool, Aivoapina is only on level 35 right now, so...
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize he was that low level.
I mean, the hideout will still give 1 or 2 more levels to the Burkingra, so it's not terrible, but yeah, the jump up to the level 60 from level 40 or lower is still reasonable if the Pokemon is usable.
Definitely. Shark is nothing.
Maybe you wouldn't just really take a level 60 Clever, for example, although
I mean,
today
Clefable
this would
isn't
be not
bad.
as bad as it once was.
Yeah, with Friendship Evos being disabled, basically, it's much better. Just feed it a rare candy and it's a Clef area, then you can go buy Moonstone. Clefable has decent special attack. Now, are we gonna see soft sand girls? Yes, we are.
Surely are.
Somewhere Mountebank is crying.
Oh.
And
Maybe
honestly,
we will
you might
find a
as well.
Cascade Badge.
Yeah, you might as well do it. Speaking of Clefas,
Swiftly taken care of.
yes. Yeah, with the stuff asazas left, it makes sense to just clear this while you're in the area, I suppose.
Maybe.
He's also done everything else in Goldenrod, so... Well, okay, he hasn't done Radio Tower, but card key
Has
is
no
nowhere
card
to be
key.
seen, so...
So,
I guess it could be card key on False Director. That would be fun.
it's always an option. We had already seen a tournament with Poultry Direct required. Might have been even the very first race.
Not soft sand girls.
Yeah, and now
Here we
Azaza's probably going over to Lavender. I mean, Rockton is just completely in logic and it's 5 items, and we do have also Route 12. Oh, maybe Sabrina first.
It's even 6 items if you just go to power plant without machine part and check the vanilla machine part item.
Which I actually left me kind of a bit wondering why Azaza put it off for that long, considering it's just in logic.
Yeah.
But, well, if it were in Softs and Girls and the Azazas didn't also check the item on the surfing item there that I spoiled just yet, so it's two rather quick checks. And the hope for having machine part is certainly something I felt too when trying to route this towards power plant.
And at some point you just have to like abandon the hope of getting it and just do the free checks. Like, those are so fast checks. Doing Sabrina on the way here makes sense because he hasn't been here yet, but I think he just has to get the Route 12 items and go through Rock Town.
I mean, Sabrina is 1 item for 1 fight. It's really just right then and there. Can reasonably do it. Things like Erika and Janine are a bit more out of the way, so probably more reasonable to do this first, even if the other stuff still could have machine powered. There's still Jasmine with the lighthouse, which Azazas is putting off, like you mentioned. He most likely will be.
Yeah, I don't think he can put it off much longer though, but we'll see.
But at this stage it's certainly hard to exactly know what you should do. Looks like Azazas is maybe going for Blaine here. This is extreme items, so going down here doesn't really let him do anything except for doing Blaine or Blue.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably gonna continue to Fuchsia from there.
Well, that is actually a good consideration now that you mention it.
Yeah, because that's 3 items and there are only 1 fight for those 3 items.
Yep. And the Kingdra is strong enough to take on Blaine here, most likely.
Yeah, I would think so. Even if it isn't, just leave blame behind and still go to fuchsia. You can fly back to Cinnabar Island later. Or just feed the candies and make it be enough that way.
Level 45 King Radish should have no problem.
Yeah. I've actually lived.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one of the more threatening things. Like, Crobat has no special attack, so using Blizzard is just fine. Yep, that's playing down.
Store is nice. Not really what we were looking for, but you take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aivoapina is just gonna go straight to West Kanto after getting the expansion card. Makes sense. That's like 10-ish fast checks. You also have to go to Palette anyway at some point
Yep.
if you wanna finish the game. Asazas is having some trouble with the TP here. I guess having Sacred Fire in moveset that kinda does that, but...
He could teach Psychic over Swift if he wanted to, but it doesn't really help much coverage-wise, and yeah, having a physical move. Yeah. Oh, there's Dig.
And an escape.
Jinin really wants to escape from dungeons.
I mean, it is dangerous if there's poisonous air.
True. Can I grab the Route 15 item here real quick?
Mm-hmm.
And then probably Rock Tunnel?
Yeah, I really don't see any other reasonable choice. I guess you could make the argument for... Actually, you can't even make an argument for 25 because he hasn't been to power plant. Is that Erika instead?
Looks like it.
It is. Yeah, Asazas apparently really wants to have a machine part when going through Rock Tunnel.
Certainly looks like it. Which might also mean we might actually see Jasmine beforehand.
Yeah, at this point, if he's doing Erika, he definitely should do Jasmine also.
And one reasoning you could maybe have to put Jasmine off if there is something important there. Aivoapina could have gotten that reasonably earlier. You put off the lighthouse. On the other hand, we've seen it didn't really work out great that way. And since there's most likely no big progression there, which could lock multiple badges, I think the only big thing that could be there would be Whirlpool.
Yep.
Maybe Machine Part, but
even Machine Part is only 3 items.
Yeah, and we're still missing 3 badges, so
yeah.
Even if there's a badge on there, it's not like you will have lost if your opponent got that one earlier, because he will most likely struggle with all the other stuff you have to do.
Yep.
I guess Card Key could be there, right, too. So there's 2 more
true.
things.
Deal.
Yeah. I mean, on the other hand, if stuff like card key or machine punch would just be in rock tunnel and you'll give your opponent this much time to just go ahead with them. Yeah. It is a decision you have to make at some point. There's no right or wrong there. If you have valid reasons for doing what you're doing, then that's enough.
Mm-hmm. So Erika is absolutely nothing. Well, it's a rare candy. But...
I mean, Erika is one of those checks that I never can make at the appropriate time, because whenever I go for Erika, there's nothing there. Whenever I decide to put off Erika, there's always a badge there. Always.
Yeah, the ROM can read minds.
Oh, it sure can. Aivoapina going back for that waterfall. Maybe we will finally see him going back for Rising Badge at that point.
Certainly hope so.
I mean, we probably could find out the hard way if Aivoapina teaches Waterfall, goes to Mortar and tries to use it.
Yeah, we'll see. Meanwhile, we're finally seeing Rock Tunnel checks. And apparently Asazas is not repelling.
Yeah, sometimes they just misinput put it back on. There's Cascade Badge.
Okay, okay.
Sometimes you can even go for repel through almost all the way out of Rock Tunnel or Ice Path, and then on the last floor you get an encounter and wonder, wow, have I been repelled all this time actually?
Yeah, it's pretty funny when that happens. And there's also Rainbow Badge.
So now you start
miss...
feeling bad about having put this off for so long.
So
seeing
how
that
about Vanilla Boulder Badge?
I've been there before, yes. And we do see Aivoapina at least back in the lighthouse, so...
Yeah. Now does he pick up the Rising Badge? Okay, so this was intentional, just for the early basement play, I'm guessing.
So
I mean, it
now
could have
there's...
paid off. It could have paid off, but it really backfired the way this went.
Hear me out. Aivoapina now finds the boulder badge on Jasmine and then heads straight to Rock Tunnel. It would have paid
that
off.
is a possibility.
Yeah, it would have paid off massively in this case.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's anyone's game at this point now that we know two of the missing badges are in Rock Tunnel. Just who goes to the place where Boulder is first. Obviously, Aivoapina is some checks behind overall, but it doesn't matter if he goes to the right place first. Oh?
There's Red Scale. Oh, but it's not a badge immediately.
Yeah, it is a fetch quest.
And Aivoapina does not check the red scale, so...
No,
yep, will be good mortar. This will give Asazas quite a bit of time to finish this out. It's not normal. It's not Tojo Falls though.
Another possibility here is the classic Whirlpool in Dragon's Den.
Oh yeah, that's a spicy one. The big problem with that is we still don't have card key.
Yes.
And Asazas is now going to do the lighthouse, so will probably give us the red scale check first.
Yeah, he really is out of quick checks, so he's gonna definitely do it as soon as he gets it.
Yeah, it is. So this lighthouse is probably his fastest check for 2 items he has available.
Yeah.
And the rest are single checks or Route 25 or E4.
Yeah, what does he have? 25, Surge, West Kanto leaders.
Yep.
That's pretty much it, apart from
Oh, Route
dragons.
4. Route
Yeah, well, he
James.
can't do dragons then either. Route 4, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, he's definitely getting really close to running out of checks. Can't be vanilla basement. We use no vanilla basement modifier that prevents card key from being in the basement.
I mean, there's always false director.
There is always false director. Indeed.
That has been required in this tournament without card key before. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is also taking a boat while you're here. Makes sense.
Oh yeah, he also has that. He could have also delayed taking a boat until he does surge, but like he's right there, and boat is faster from Olivine's side.
Aivoapina here went here for the way that you would go to check the hidden item here, which is not required in these settings right now.
Yeah. You're gonna find out waterfall more, there is absolutely nothing.
And this might be the red scale check, actually.
Yeah, I believe he already did that. Oh, he did not do the Mystic Water, but he'll probably check the red scale while he's here, so...
Right, that was Icy one here. Yep, and that's gonna be the red scale check. No reason to go up here otherwise.
Now hear me out, this is machine part, and machine part leads to the last badge. No.
Ah.
Okay, back to the drawing board.
This will actually be a rock tunnel from Aivoapina, maybe Route 12 first.
No, just
Rock
straight
tunnel.
to rock tunnel.
So we will be on parity very soon again. The Asazas is going to check the red scale too. But yeah, I mean at this point, Aivoapina could maybe reasonably take the gamble here and just go to E4, expecting asazas to go there, one of the last options. When feeding behind. Will see an attempt at blue here from asazas. We do not really have a great move for Vaporeon, especially if it has Zap Cannon. And Giga Drain will be okay-ish. If we even have it anymore, I don't remember what this King has as a moveset. Was the Crunch one. Crunch Sacred Fire, so gets a crit on the last one, not sure if that mattered. Certainly helps.
Probably.
That burn coming in handy.
Right. Cascade.
Turn also being annoying. But apparently Crunch. Special defense drop there. Note.
Okay, Aivoapina is going to fusion.
And blue wasn't required.
Let's see what asazas decides to do next. Okay, so I'm guessing Brock in the Route 4 into 25.
Seems like a reasonable course of action. And then there will be only Search left and e4.
Yep. And false director.
Right. Again. One option that is about as avoided as e4 itself.
I mean, with fast animations, 25 is much better. You can reasonably get through it in like, what, 3.5, 4 minutes? For 3 items if you one-shot everything. I believe Mountebank timed some stuff from one of his runs. Let me see if I can find it.
There's maybe slightly PvP problems here, not using crunch on Mr. Mine.
Yeah, he timed Misty to be 4 minutes and 15 seconds with, I believe that was average main. So that's like 120 something per check. Which is not bad considering everything else is pretty much one-offs. We are getting close. It will actually be interesting if card key does not show up or the badge. Whether they will do false director or E4 first. One of them is 2 items.
There's also the consideration for asazas to make card key could be on E4 for just unlocking the basement. So asazas always has the option of doing a vanilla basement hope of finding the last badge, which for all we know might actually be the correct move to get towards the director.
Yeah, getting all the way to the director though. But I mean, it's probably still faster than doing E4 and then doing radio tower with card key, and
it has to be
indeed
faster.
There. If it is indeed there. We'll see. For all we know, the badge is right here.
We will find out after one last fight here. Aivoapina going for Sabrina.
So I thought it's gonna be like 60 on red at least too, so he shouldn't have too much trouble with that.
Pina is 41 already and has candies to use. Oh, that's not Route 4.
Nope, that is
So
just the rabbit spin.
Aivoapina should be in reasonable range to fight reds. Has Ice Beam available, which is decently, although Azaza should now have Blizzard and Thunder available as HMs. So with one X-Egg, Azaza's move some problems will just disappear.
Yeah. Gotta love Gen 1 and 2 X-Eggs, completely skipping accuracy checks.
And we do have Azaza's on Route 25. Huh.
Hey, that's Mirror Man.
Aivoapina apparently going for Cyanwood. Azaza was here already, so won't be finding that boulder badge over here. And yeah, by this point, Azaza is probably done with 25 by this at that point. So Aivoapina really
Azaza is gonna run out
needs
of
to hurry
checks very fast, so there's very limited time for Aivoapina to do anything here.
As it had to be the E4 call or the false director call, and that one call has to be right while Azaza is making the other one.
Yeah.
And if it's E4, Aivoapina being only level 42 will certainly have a bit of a harder time than Azaza's would, if that's the correct one. We'll have to see. And Aivoapina has quite a few more checks open still. Don't have the full picture, but I think there's at least Soft Sand Girls 2 still available. Obviously.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Also, there's all the the South Loop, Blaine Blue, and obviously Broken to Route 4 that Aivoapina has to choose from. Erika should still be on the table. So there's a lot of other stuff besides E4 and False Direction that Aivoapina has available to check, and to make that E4 call there, you have to be reasonably able to infer that you need to do this to have a chance in this race, which is not the easiest one if you don't have much experience with these and can assess your opponent.
The thing is too, like, they're only 115, so like, it's not a desperation time yet in that sense. I mean, that's a key item.
It's a blue card. It is very blue.
And very unnecessary.
Being able to do what most players probably enjoy after having to slog through Route 25, and that is ruin someone's state.
Yep.
So,
what a
if they had to suffer to get there, why not make someone else suffer for it?
Yeah, Aivoapina going to Soft Sand Girls, so that's another dead end.
Yeah, and asazas by that time done with Misty, and then it's only Search, False Director, and E4?
I believe so, yes. And what you could also do is just go to False Director in the, like, just predict that card key is in E4 and hope False Director has the pass. So you have done half the radio tower already when you get the card key if you do go to E4.
I think we will actually find out about E4 very soon.
Yeah.
Because Azaz is heading to Victory Road where he has been already. So,
yes, sir.
This is going to be for 2 items.
I mean, it's half his remaining checks.
Yep. Making sure that Victory Road wasn't anything important left behind.
Not doing Surge before is interesting, but he might also feel that he needs to do this, like... I don't think he really has any clear picture. I don't think anyone really has any clear picture how good Aivoapina is. So you can't, like, say that your execution is gonna be better or you're gonna be faster playing the game. Even though Asazas is the runner-up of the last tourney.
And even then, you never know when your opponent decides to do Search, because we had Search access from that early on, since we needed to find the Hive badge and Fog badge first, but we could have accessed them for probably at least 40 minutes, and if the last badge is there with where all the other badges would have been easily, the Zazas has put off finding Cascade and I believe, what was the other one? Rainbow?
Yeah.
That was one of the Kanto badges. And it has put that off for quite a long time, so can reasonably infer if your opponent got that one.
Also, looking at Asaza's own stream, he has marked off Vermilion, so he might have just done Surge and we missed it. So it's literally only this and False Director.
Yeah. So if that's true, I mean, we certainly could have missed Surge. It's not that much. It's 2 fights. And yeah, Azaz has done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
With the different Kingras and Cedras around.
Yeah, in that case, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And again, even if search actually wasn't done. If your opponent went to search early, got that badge, then they probably would have been done by now, because everything else was reasonably fast to access. So even if you're stronger, if your opponent made the call to search, then you might have lost by this point already, and considering that is the case, you can maybe infer that it's either E4 or false director and just go for that first. Hard to say.
Yeah. There really isn't a... I guess the old, like... You have to justify this somehow to yourself, and like, this is 2 checks versus 1, so...
Yeah. I mean, with how fast search is at this point, probably if I would have it available, I would have done it before E4, but...
I think Asavas has just done it if he's smart at all.
Yeah.
Oh, unless he just right-clicked it by accident, I guess.
Yeah, it's very easy to do, because search is not something you're very eager to do, and we have been to Vermilion before.
Yeah. But I'm sure we'll find out.
We don't have machine part, so couldn't have returned for that yet.
Okay, Aivoapina going to pewter. So yeah, unless he just false direct, or there's basically like no chance, I don't think.
Even if it does false direct, this is almost done with E4 by this point.
Yeah.
Aivoapina has to go over to Route 4 most likely first, so it will take more time than probably asazas to finish this path. And yeah. What Aivoapina would need at that point is false director being the actual truth, and E4 having whirlpool, which would require asazas to then probably do Whirl Island first, but card key is on Route 26, 27, and yeah.
As long as Asazas doesn't reset too early and corrupt, he's safe. I've done that before. Was fun. Would recommend. So Asazas is fighting the champion here, Lance. A little bit of a pushover for level 58 Kingdra. Not even his boats aren't even fully evolved. Well, this one is.
It's almost a dragon, even.
Yes. Charizard is definitely a dragon. As is Gyarados. Don't ask me. Okay. Didn't reset too early. We get to find out whether it was false direct or all along. Which would be pretty darn funny.
Oh, that's not Elm. So, Rainbow Wing check, anyone?
Hold it, hold it.
And it wasn't E4. So either Asazas made a mistake regarding search, or we have another card keyless false director on our table.
Oh boy. And that was like, they had sleep powder already, so like hypnosis isn't even gonna help.
Oh boy. Now, I'm certainly not wishing that to anyone, but would Asazas be able to pinpoint search as a likely mistake if false director turns out to be not what we need? If so,
I don't know.
I think Asazas could maybe make that, because the search probably one of the things you are checking first in these cases, because you just can easily mark that off as done without having done it. If not, and it were actually required, Aivoapina would have a reasonable chance to get back into this.
Yeah, we'll find out. It's entirely possible we just missed the search, so...
Lizzie at the protecting again.
Yep. And
enduring.
Yep. That's such a troll thing. Like, he couldn't even one-shot it because all of special.
Wait, another king drop. They have been everywhere. Aivoapina on the way to Misty.
Yeah, level 60 mains tend to happen when you do literally everything in the game.
Or you just catch one.
I mean, true. Another thing with Endure. Just wasting all our PP.
Oh. Asazas is close to it, I believe. 2 more fights? Or maybe just the one?
Yeah, there's one trainer with one poke in the next room. And then the false director himself. Oh, Aivoapina is, I believe, going to Surge. So we'll get to find out whether, like, Asazas actually did it or not. Well, we don't find out that. We
might just be faster, though.
Yeah.
Because this trainer, I believe, has 2 on Aivoapina, or 3? 2.
2, yeah.
And here, Surge also has 5.
True.
This as a starts is faster.
Yeah. And False Director isn't gonna require any setup. The Surge just might.
This will be at least another kill clever. Dracons will be happy.
Yep. Pupitar. Pupitar and Larvitar. Where's Tyranitar?
Oh, that's not it. It is a dark type, but...
It is a dark type. Close enough.
And it is... False Director.
Yeah,
Which
False Director.
On Silver or on Search?
That
Maybe
will...
not on Search, since Asazas most likely has done Search by the point. And we just missed it.
Yeah, okay. That also makes Mortar required. Because there was a badge in the tower.
Yep. No way to get card key in this run. without having done Morty.
Yeah. Yeah, Azaza's just gonna go talk to Professor Oak, make the guard stand away in the gatehouse. I really can't see anything that would give him any sort of trouble on Red. So high level.
It had to be a Kingdra with Outrage that just doesn't let up.
Yeah. Even that wouldn't one-shot and it would like eventually hit itself, and he has a sleep move anyway, so...
I mean, you say it would eventually hit itself. It certainly is supposed to at some point.
50-50, right? 75% for you and 25% for the opponent.
That's it. And we have seen Red being the great equalizer in this tournament already.
Yeah, that
granted,
was a T-tar. That was running a T-tar.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 rare candies. One of them hidden, because there's only 6 in the pool, I believe. Actually, it might be 7 with started bike.
I mean, even Haze here wouldn't really that bad, because Kingdra would just
you could
dispose of the first Pokemon anyway and then set up on the second.
Yeah. You don't even need setup necessarily.
Yeah.
That thing can be erased if it's a problem, so...
Yeah, and if it's just going to Stomp, then it's not a problem.
No. Like a free setup to me.
Pretty much.
How many special? I mean, I guess you just do... Like,
I think you maybe just 3 and then...
Yeah, I think you could get away with 3.
Okay, going 4. Then taking the hero. I guess others will just go at the point. You're at 67. Ah, no. One more speed. For good measure.
Oh, more specials?
No, okay, finishing off.
I guess if it isn't doing anything...
At this point, why not?
Yeah, it's not really doing anything, so might as well.
And then just do
Grit
away
for a
with
good
anything.
measure.
Oh,
okay.
Well, it could have been maybe not really scary, but it was kind of funny at least, I guess.
It was certainly interesting.
That cannon is annoying.
Okay, 14 full restores, that should work.
Yeah.
That's gonna miss eventually, right? There we go.
Yeah. And even if it's not, it's only 5 PP.
Yep.
Munching in the Alakazam.
We'll never know if it had knives or spoons.
Unfortunate. And ending on a very, very nice level there.
Yes. GG Azazas.
GG. Huh, this Kingdra actually wanted to go physical, but alas.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a Kingdra.
Now, maybe the interesting part is, what was the other Kingdra like? How was it started?
Yeah. True. Probably better special at least. Oh, there we go. No. Ooh, you.
Yeah, a good thing is that I stitched that one. That one.
Yeah, that one is just awful. Okay, Aivoapina is continuing, so we'll see how long it takes for him to... I would guess it's also gonna be one last location.
Yeah.
Might even forfeit once it gets down to E4 and False Director. I wouldn't be shocked.
There's really no. If you're just going this normally and don't try to meta game, you're not going to do false director without card key. You're just not.
Especially since the race is like the winner is already decided, so you can't even like try to YOLO something feeling behind.
Yeah. I mean, you could maybe just put off stuff like Erika and some of the faster things by this point, because you would probably guess that your opponent would have been done faster, considering how long you were searching for your badge by this point. But Aivoapina has done a lot of that already, which you could reasonably put off, and all of the rest are basically just one-offs that depend on when your opponent will do them.
Yeah, and we're joined by our winner, GG asazas.
Hello, hello. Yeah, this was an adventure.
Yeah. At least you had fly reasonably early. I think that's about the best thing you could say about the seed.
Yeah. Otherwise, we probably had like 15 minutes more, at the very least. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time in which, like, say, vanilla false director was required.
I mean, if it's only viewing, I certainly can, because that was yesterday on the tournament already. But
I missed that.
I think I had never played a seed where it was required without card key.
I mean, back in the old days when you couldn't even fight the actual boss without the false director first. Maybe.
Good old days.
I am certainly not around for that long.
But yeah, at least that. So fly was available early, main was decent. So it's just a matter of...
Yeah, we were really hoping one of the remaining statics was a horsey, but...
I think it was a Dratini, and it was the Ursaring, which I considered, because the Ursaring was even higher level than Sidra at that point. But most of the good TMs were special moves, so that's what made me stick to Sidra. And I don't quite remember what the other roamer was.
No clue.
It was Tangela, the other roamer.
It does seem like Aivoapina is going for false director now.
Yeah, nice. It's avoiding Elite 4 at least.
Yep.
Yeah, I think... I don't exactly know what else he has. It might only be E4 at this point, honestly.
I try to remember, but I think we have seen everything except Blaine. Did we see Blue just now in the end? Maybe?
Yeah.
I think that would be the only two other things that we haven't seen.
He has a tracker on his stream. It's E4, Route 4, and this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, at this point,
yeah, E4 versus that, or E4 versus this, it's a tough choice. I mean, E4 probably takes more time, but it's also 2 items.
Yeah, you could predict E4 having card key, so you could get like part of Radio Tower done and at least have a chance of getting the badge before, I guess. But
yeah, that one was kind of worried. Like, did I get the card key somewhere and I missed that or something?
Yeah, interesting part about that is Aivoapina actually went to Lighthouse very early, found that Rising badge for badge number 7, reset that away, and turned back to do an 6 badge basement with the basement key.
Oh, I see.
Which could have been actually a very interesting play. We dubbed it as very creative routing at that point because it's
Yeah, I didn't really even think of that. Yeah,
didn't think so.
could have been good.
Like, there was a situation, like, if Jasmine had the last badge, it would have actually worked out great, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
And with the secret potion being there, when Aivoapina went back for that raising badge, could have done Jasmine right then and there. When that boulder badge would have been there, I think at this point Aivoapina still missed the 2 badges out of Rock Tunnel, but
Yeah.
could have gotten there just whenever, and yeah, that could have turned out around this race. Interestingly enough.
You were really hoping for a machine part before Rock Tunnel, huh?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, Rock Tunnel didn't really have anything like other than the badges, which, I mean, weren't a high priority at that point. Didn't have anything that gated further progress. Didn't have like Whirlpool or something like that.
Yeah, pretty good shit, like no Whirlpool, no card key, no machine part. That blocks out a decent chunk of the game, actually.
Yeah. You match, I guess, pretty much everything in... I mean, not necessarily everything in Silver Cave, but there's something that gates the other items.
Yeah.
These randomizer items cannot lock behind themselves, I would assume. Like
Yeah,
Whirlpool,
I believe that.
Yeah,
I
Whirlpool
believe
cannot be in Whirl Islands, even if nothing else important is behind Whirlpool.
Yeah, I believe they can't be locked behind themselves. That is correct.
Yeah, some other randos do that.
Right, so that's also go mode for Aivoapina.
Which, actually only being about 10 minutes behind isn't actually that much.
Yeah. You were both running King Grass, just different King Grass.
Yeah, I mean, Aivoapina, I believe, also saw the Seadra on the cycling road.
It
Threw
killed
one ball
him, if
that
I recall
killed
correctly.
him, and then just went back to the original Kingdra. I mean, with Ice Beam, definitely a choice you can make. Doesn't really get there aren't really better moves than having Ice Beam, or not many at least. So yeah, it somewhat worked out in the end with what you had to do. Overall, got to a decent enough level. There was just some of the routing in the middle, unfortunately, didn't really work out with not having the 6th badge, the 7th badge to be able to go past Magony. Not picking up the clear bell as early, so not having availability to Tin Tower and fly that early. So yeah, Aivoapina lost a lot of time in the middle game to that.
I see. Yeah, because if you didn't rush Tin Tower as early as you could, yeah, that I can see that being an issue, definitely.
Yeah. You're getting that clearable early was definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Seadra, at the point I got it, was, I think, plus 13 levels over my main. And Seadra is actually not bad. As I believe it actually has the same special attack stat as Kingdra.
Yeah, it does.
The same speed. So,
just very frail, especially.
So yeah, it's more of like Kingdra is one of the most reliable bugs in the game, if not the most reliable. Probably has the best defensive typing. So I mean, you are only weak to Dragon. There's only 2 Dragon moves, and you are usually never going to face stab Dragon moves.
No.
Especially.
Even if you do, they're both kind of bad moves anyway. Like, they have their flaws.
Yeah, Outrage can hurt a little bit, but... And also Water's really good offensively.
It does tell you something that, like, there's Kingdra and the Gengar on the table, and, like, both of you just beeline to the Kingdra.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem with Gengar is no good stab.
Yeah.
Like, if it had special stab, would be really good. But I often find it, like, doing a lot less damage than I expected to. So nice endure plus detect.
Yeah.
DC.
That was like multiple times giving issues too. That was fun. Okay, 3 pokes left for Aivoapina. And yeah, I guess this shows the difference. I mean, you did E4, but there's still gonna be 6 level difference at the end.
I mean,
With you switching to the 32, actually 7 level difference.
Yeah, it was, although asazas was original king, it was level 19 at that point. I'm pretty much remember that because Aivoapina was on level 21, so 2 levels higher.
Mm-hmm.
While you both encountered the 32 Sidra. Yeah. Aivoapina was definitely a lot more special leaning, at least. Like,
Yeah, and
pretty
your
defensive.
fingers really didn't want to be special.
Yeah, I was noticing mine had a lot more physical attack than special. I said that's somewhat suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, it was at some point glaringly obvious, even to a level up where I was at 107 attack and not even 100 special. So
I didn't really want to run special because again, most physical moves sucked this seed, and also no stab.
Mm-hmm. And we're also joined by Aivoapina. GG.
GG's.
That was a ROM.
Yeah. Pretty bad location for the boulder patch. Otherwise, it was decent.
Pretty good king brother, so that helped.
Yeah, the king drop was great.
Yeah,
That was also the Gengar choice, but I thought king drop was better overall.
Yeah, it's usually not much of a choice. Like, stab surf is just so good.
Yeah. And stab over rage was.
Yeah.
Outrage was also good start.
That's right. There was an outrage TM somewhere over there, right?
Yeah, that was the Union Cave, I think.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Union Cave. Yeah.
Could have thought that. I forgot.
You did kinda limit yourself by teaching strength. Like, kinda limited your move slots.
Well, yeah, at the beginning, yes. I mean, could have thought it to the second one.
True.
But yeah, other than that, you kind of need the foresight to like do the false director early, which I don't know if many people who have done.
Yeah, maybe I should have done it earlier.
I mean, you obviously can. It's an available check to you, but really, who does that? The tournament so far has shown that you probably should, given that it at least happens once a day. But it just such an awful check, and really no one wants to do it. So even if it is required, your opponent won't most likely do it early. So you could have done it maybe for E4, maybe do it before Surge or one of the Canto leaders, one of those one-offs, but doing it earlier than that even just feels like taking an unnecessary risk most of the time.
Sorry, I'm now realizing I never did Surge.
Yeah, we were wondering actually about that. Like, I saw you marked that off on your tracker.
I clicked the tracker and then never.
Yeah, but we were pretty sure you actually never went there.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot. Would have been bad if it had been there.
Yeah, what actually was happening here towards the end of the race, as while you were going up the radio tower to fight Force Director, Aivoapina was actually going to do search at that very time, and if the boulder badge would have been on there, this would have been actually Aivoapina's race.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So not banished today, in some other
Yeah.
day. We'll see.
down to luck on the last checks. Who does what first? Anybody's race at that point.
It really is.
again, there was also the time you went back resetting the rising badge away to do the early basement with only 6
Oh, yeah, it
badges,
was-
which
Yeah.
in turn kind of led out to you doing Jasmine first, and if the boulder badge would have been there and you would have gone to a rock tunnel immediately after, you also would still won this race at that point, because asazas just went there a few minutes later. But it was definitely an interesting choice to take and the way to route the seed.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that is basement can fly be in the basement.
If you have
So-
card key, yes. Without card key, no.
Oh, yeah, no, well,
Early basement is never in logic.
I wasn't quite sure how it works.
Obviously, you couldn't know if card key was available, so it certainly could have been there, but
And
Yeah.
also you did did miss the clear bell for a bit. This got that way earlier, so Karki could have just been easily been in 10 tower by that point.
Yeah.
There were 7 badges available, so it by no means necessarily was a strictly bad play. It may not have been optimal, especially for this ROM, since there wasn't anything in there, and Karki never was available, but it should have definitely could have been paid out more times than one throughout this race.
Yeah, in my practice runs, there was a card keyless basement needed, so so that's why I took it. I didn't leave it to do all the trainers because it's so many trainers. Is it 9 trainers to beat?
yeah, 9 is correct, I think.
Yeah, interesting seed. So thank you to Ral and to Ergo for being here hosting. So thanks to Ivo, and good luck in the next races. The Swiss stage is very long.
Yes.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Thanks, and good luck for you too.
Right, so to wrap things up, I guess we do have how many? 5 more races today, apparently. I'm not gonna read them all out because that's a mouthful, but next one is 2:30 PM, Jarvitz versus Nutsin at this very same channel, actually. So be sure to tune into that, I guess. I'll put schedule link here. And be sure to follow our runners too, I guess. And maybe even me and Raylan if you really want. I don't know. Probably not, though.
There will be time for that, or we will be having our time in the spotlight in the tournament too, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, I do have a race tomorrow, so...
that is true, at 3 PM Eastern tomorrow.
Yep.
No channel assigned yet, but I'm pretty sure there will be one. So
Battle of the Organizers, as Trigums put it. Anyway, any last words?
Nothing by my side. Just, thanks again, and looking forward to the next races.
Yeah, same.
as do I. I've enjoyed the first 2 days of the tournaments. They definitely haven't disappointed from a viewer perspective. So yeah, I'm really curious what else will be in store. Will the races have in store for us? So again, a lot of more of these coming later today. Don't miss them.
Bye bye.
On.